Well, Candace Owens says she doesn't think Tyler Robinson shot Charlie Kirk because she showed a video of the shooter doing a military crawl across the roof. Yeah. Yeah, because if there's anyone who knows about crawling for better views, it's Candace Owens. Kind of her forte. This was Candace Owens from yesterday. So I guess if you listen to the show, I'm not a huge fan of Candace Owens. Actually, I am a fan. I think she's great at what she does. She's very talented and she's very persuasive and she's very easy to listen to. You know, it's better than me. But she's, to me, has been just going off with conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory about something that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So her latest in the Tyler Robinson didn't kill Charlie Kirk case is she's pointing to, apparently she's obtained the Lossy Center footage, which was the footage they showed in court, which Jack Posobiec and Brandon Tatum came out and said, okay, well, they showed this new footage in court. You could see Tyler Robinson on the roof. They showed him taking the shot, everything. So they seem to have definitive proof that Tyler Robinson was there, was the person taking the shot. He confessed like 8 times, apparently. They actually just released today. There's like, I'm wondering if I have it here. They basically released new evidence today from the actual Discord he was in, where he's confessing to everyone there in the Discord and saying, hey guys, it was me. Seriously, look at the footage. I'm the guy in the footage. That's what Tyler Robinson said, right? But nevertheless, Candace is arguing here that basically she's saying that the guy on the roof has to be military trained because he's doing what she calls a lateral crawl, a military crawl, and only someone with specialized military training could do that. Let's take a listen.
And the footage is completely removed. So let's watch that. Okay. Now what happens next is exactly as my source stipulated. Our rooftop guy begins a tactical crawl. It's actually known in the military as a lateral crawl. Let's watch that. There he goes. And I actually do want to show you side by side so you can actually see a real military man do that alongside this person on the rooftop. Let's bring in that side by side clip. Here we go. That general action right there is known as a lateral crawl.
Now, I was at a strip club last night, and I saw some strippers do something very similar to this across the stage. And now I understand the reason that they were so good at it was because they had military training. The only people who can crawl like that are definitely ex-military operatives. This is such a dumb theory to me because, and I do give it, like, I give her a sec when she's saying these things. I'm like, okay, let me look at it. She's really good at, like, just making a bold claim that will stick in your head. So when she says something like it's a lateral crawl, right? That idea, it's sticky. It makes you think about it for a second and go, okay, let's see what she's talking about, right? But okay, so he is doing a crawl laterally.
This person on the rooftop.
He appears to be like kind of keeping his left arm down and moving with that, and he's holding the gun in the other hand. That's basically what's happening to me. To me, if you're trying to, if you're holding a rifle in one hand, right, and you're moving along a rooftop, and you're trying to get low so that nobody sees you because you're about to do an assassination, pretty much the only way you can move is to put just one hand down, your free hand, and then move laterally to try to keep low, right? It's not like this is, to me, any idiot would intuit to do the same thing. What else is he going to do? Grip the gun and put both hands on the ground and walk on his knuckles on all fours? Like, he's not a complete idiot, right? It seems to me like that's the most obvious movement pattern for anyone doing that.
Let's bring in that side-by-side clip. Here we
But
go.
she claims it's a special military training.
We've gone back and forth here. What is that? Is he pulling something out? Is it like a signal mirror? Is it a flag? Was it already on Losey Center? Is it actually something that's in the background that's just catching weird? Is it
Literally nothing. Literally a glare of something. What would he even be signaling to? Just to let people know that he's on the rooftop? Like, okay.
a car? And we're just thinking that we see this flash, but we're just going to show you that so that it's clear. Back and forth flash there while he's military crawling. Here we go. There, and we're running that back and forth there.
It's probably the towel. Okay. Didn't he have a towel that he wrapped I probably shouldn't drop F-bombs.
Next up, what you're going to see is
Wait,
that
did I just figure out what it
look
is?
as though as he gets into...
Is he just taking the gun out of the towel? Because didn't he have it wrapped in a towel that he threw into a bush? This is probably exactly as you would expect it is, dude. It's probably literally Tyler Robinson just on the roof. He literally went into a Discord after this and was like, guys, I promise you, it's me. Look at the footage. It's me in the footage. I did this. He's trying to impress his trainee friends. And this is, by the way, the #1 way to impress your trainee friends. He did it. No one else can do it. He killed Charlie Kirk. That was like the ultimate street cred.
Back and forth there in a way that my brain told me it looked like he was unfolding a gun. Truly, that's what my brain told me. Maybe it's because I had this guy and told me about a fold AR. I don't know. But that is what we're not going to see here. So remember, this is supposed to be a German 98 Mauser family heirloom gun used during World War.
So Tim Pool points out something interesting. We'll discuss this for a little bit. Then I got to head out to some stand-up comedy. But he points out that, #1, none of it's true. It's just conjecture. And then he says, surprisingly, this serves as a counter to exploding mic claims. Which sort of tells you everything you need to know about Candace's show, what she does, the validity of any of her theories, right? For months now, she's been going on about it wasn't a shot from the roof, it's an exploding microphone. They linked up an exploding microphone, right? Now she's conjecturing that it was a shot from the roof, right? It just wasn't the guy that they have. Which completely discards or disproves the exploding microphone theory, right? But the thing about Candace is the same thing that happened with like the Egyptian planes theory, any of her other theories about this case. When she'll make an absurd claim, when she's faced with counter evidence that refutes the claim, she does not address the counter evidence and stand behind the claim. She just actually moves on to a more absurd claim. Okay? So it's this breadcrumb chase from absurd claim to absurd claim with no accountability about, hey, was any of this ever true? How valid were any of these claims? If you were wrong about 3 things already, why would you be right about this 4th one? And this is sort of where we're at, I feel like, is we live in this era of infotainment, right? To me, Candace's show isn't a news show. It's an entertainment show. You actually had Alex Jones came out. He's right here in the tweet. Alex Jones jumped on the bandwagon and said, the official Charlie Kirk assassination story is now 100% dead. Candace Owens now just dropped powerful, never before seen evidence. This is the same guy who was sued by Sandy Hook families for basically making up this big conspiracy theory about children getting shot, right? And what did he do when they actually brought him to court to face trial? Did he say, hey, no, I had a news show and I truly believed... No, he said, I'm an entertainment show. That was his defense. Candace is getting sued right now by the president of France for alleging over like a huge series that his wife is a man. Which, to be fair, I can kind of see that one. But she's provided no real evidence, right? They're pushing back, suing her. I guarantee you when you go to court, when she goes to court, her defense is she's going to claim that her show is an entertainment show. And she's going to claim that she never made the claim. She does this thing, too, when she's talking about all these things, where she says, she frames it as asking questions. Like, rather than making definitive statements, she's just asking questions. We're allowed to ask questions. So the thing that does is it keeps it open-ended to where she's going to try to claim that she never made allegations, she just asked questions, and it's not illegal to conjecture about things, right? Let's see if we got anything else from here. This is just the shorter one of him taking the shot.
There he goes. And I actually do want to show you side by side so you can actually see a real military man do that alongside this person on the rooftop. Let's bring in that side by side clip. Here we go. And we can watch that again. Something forward. Again. But more importantly, look. There you go. That's that unfolding again. And by the way, if you are listening to this in audio, this is one of these episodes that you actually do have to go watch. So you will have to pivot over to YouTube, to Spotify, somewhere that provides the video, because this is not something that we could just produce on an audio podcast here, unfortunately. But this is going to run. We did have to zoom in and push out those fed timestamps, but see here, I have 10 more seconds here. Okay, he is up. Anybody?
She goes on to basically question the fact that you can't see a recoil in the video, which, first of all, this video is not in HD. This is like the crappiest quality I've ever seen. I can barely see the guy. It looks like it's on a Nintendo from 1989. Okay. If there were a recoil, I guess I'm sure there was, you're not going to see. There's probably so many video artifacts in this thing too.
But this is going to run. We did have to obviously zoom in.
You could barely see anything. What is that going to show you? Her blurrier photo of him?